I was asked, how do you stay relaxed? I was asked to do a video about Fluidity positive. This is just my views on Fluidity positive. I don't want to start an internet war about Fluidity positive. Why should I? This is my view on it. This is just how I feel I like to perform. Based on my own theories, the theories of people and techniques I've been exposed to. And ultimately, I think it's one of common sense. Because to gain maximum efficiency, you want the energy expended by swinging that hammer to have as much of a ratio as possible to the amount of energy put in the work. That's where our anvil comes in. If our anvil is properly mounted to its stand, the stand is a very rigid stand with nice stout legs, and the stand is bolted to a heck of a lot of concrete, then you're avoiding a lot of vibration. As soon as your anvil is chasing around the place, as soon as it's wobbling on its stand, you're losing a heck of a lot of material, of energy, pardon me. If you try and wobble your stand, or whatever, because you're the same way that when you hit it, your stand wobbles, it takes a lot of energy. That is all energy that can go into a work, so long as you allow it to go into a work, and allow it to go into a work by mounting it to the ground properly. Your hammer. You've got to position yourself to the hammer and the anvil correctly. If you're too far out, you're going to have no control and it's going to be tiring. You try holding a cup of tea out there, you're going to get burnt because you're going to be shaking all over the place. Sorry about the cup of tea, but yeah, you know, I'm British. You're going to be shaking all over the place, the tea's going to be spilling everywhere. However, if you hold the tea back here, the tea's, not only is it not heavy, it's light. It's not shaking. Same here. If you take a piece of steel, and you hold it out here, you stand back here, and you try and forge from here, you're going to be shaking all over the place. You're not going to be able to get your turns to the correct angle to get 90 degrees or 60 degrees or whatever. Because there's just so much movement there. And you're tiring, your muscles are tiring. Obviously, on a piece of 6mm round stock, you're not going to get that much muscle tiring. However, when you go and pick up like a piece of 1.5 inches and try and cut it with a hot cut, and you're standing there like this, it gets real tiring, let alone if you take a piece of 2 inch. So get this material in close. Same goes with the hammer. I find it difficult, tiring, and downright painful to hold my hammer out here for any longer than I'm going to demonstrate now. That's why I don't fork out here. Not only is my hammer going to be more difficult to use, not only is it going to put more stress on my lower back because of the added level it takes to stand back here, I can't see my work. These glasses, they're not fakes, they're seeing glasses. What I'm getting at is, if you can't see your work, you're not going to be able to work well. Efficiency is also about producing a good product. Not only is it about producing products, it's about producing a good product, in my opinion. I mean, why the hell would you want to be efficient if you can't produce a good product? It's all part of efficiency. So you get that hammer in close to you. You get that material in close to you. You put your feet close into the anvil. You forward with your hammer at 90 degrees to the anvil. You're able to sight down your material. You're able to line it up with your anvil to get 90 degrees. You're able to see how your hammer hits it. And also you're able to tilt your hammer. Tilting your hammer is a necessity. You will have to tilt your hammer. Anytime you do a taper, you've got to tilt your hammer. Otherwise, it's just like, you know, trying to hit a point under parallel dies, like a power hammer. It's not going to conform to the taper. So you're always going to have to tilt. If you're back here, tilting isn't that easy. You've got to raise your whole arm, you know, like this. And then, you know, you can tilt side to side like this, but if you're back here, you're only going to use the toe and the heel of the hammer. If you're here, you don't have to move your body. All you have to do is turn it in your fingers. Look at that range of motion I got in my fingers, without moving my wrist at all. That is because of the grip. If you death grip this sucker, you're just going to be screwing up your arms. I mean, that tension in your muscles, teamed with the impact, that's no good on your joints. It's no good on your muscles, it's no good on your tendons. If you can relax, exert the stress over not only your wrist, elbow, shoulder, but also your fingers, you're going to be a lot more relaxed. You're going to have a lot more control. It's the way to go. I mean, that's one of the things I will say. It's a fact. If you grip a hammer, death grip hammer, like this, you're going to be hurting yourself. So you lightly grip that sucker like this, you're able to manipulate it in your fingers, it's able to pivot to get extra whip at the last minute by just closing up those third and fourth fingers, and you'll be all set to go. The whole hammer blow has to come from the whole body. From the toes to the ankles, to the knees, to the hips, to the lower back, to the upper back, to the shoulders, to the elbow, to the wrist, to the fingertips. If you're able to exert the force over a large area of your body, it's going to be so much more relaxing. Once you put as much stress over as many parts, you're going to have less pain to you. That's why you put the stress on the muscles and you put the stress over as many muscles as possible. I start my hammer swing from the toes, from the knees, jumping up, creating momentum in my body that's going to help jump the hammer up with less effort. Then I can come down, bend my knees, bend my hips, bend lower back, upper back, shoulder, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You got it, right? As many muscles as possible, you'll be much more relaxed. And that is pretty much it. So here I'm just going to do some tapering on a piece of 3/4 inch round. That, whatever I'm doing with this, that's arbitrary. What it's about is about swinging a hammer. Notice the positioning of my body in relation to the anvil. Notice the positioning of the hammer in relation to my body. And all those things together. This is just tapering over the far edge of the anvil, round die. So look where my feet are. Chasing the anvil, it's already moving. And if I blamish, see what I'm talking about? Articulating at the ankles, the toes, the knees, the hips, the lower back, the upper back, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrist, and the fingers. It's about, man. You want to be flexible, you want to be fluid, you want to be able to move around, you want to be able to be light on your toes. Once you're planted, you try and, you'll crack something, you'll be all, you'll be in a lot of pain. You want to be fluid, you want to be relaxed. That's how you're going to be efficient. Articulating all, many as the joints, utilizing as many of the muscles, utilizing what your body has. Your body is designed with these muscles. Why not use them? They're right there. Right, I'm going to do, I'm going to start swinging at this a little harder now. Notice how the hammer articulates in my hand because of my light, relaxed grip. Not only is the hammer free, but so is my upper body. With every blow, I'm able to open up my chest cavity so I can breathe properly. You don't have many people talking about breathing. Breathing is important. If you're hunched over like this when you're forging, you're closed off, you don't have much lung volume. If, when you forge, with each blow you're able to expand that chest cavity, gives you volume to breathe. That oxygen is important when you're doing physical work like that.